I've been thinking when it comes to this whole cut situation. And now, I'm not saying why before I dive into this, I'm not saying that Fury is officially now in Usyk's head. I'm not saying that. But one thing I'm saying is like Usyk is a strong. He's a cerebral, mentally strong, tough character. Really tough character mentally, but it must take its toll to knowing that I've been trying to fight this guy for nearly, was it back in 20, when did be, oh, bro, it's been nearly coming up, this year would be 3 years, all right? They tried, when Usyk beat Joshua the first time round, they were talking about going for the undisputed belt, but I know Fury then talked about he needed a tune-up before going in there against Usyk. That didn't happen. Then Usyk ended up fighting Joshua. Then I think he had to rest. The Chester was supposed to fight it was supposed to happen in December of 2022. And then, yeah, the whole situation with skill challenge, Fury going over there, like that fight didn't play out. Then Fury coming over saying, like obviously this is when they were supposed to, when Fury priced himself out with the skill challenge lot, then he says, oh, yeah, okay, you know what, I'm offering you 30%, take it or leave it. Every day that goes past, I'll knock off a percentage. Usyk accepts it. Usyk accepts it. Fury ain't happy with it. Then they talk about the whole rematch clause and how that works. Fury saying we screwed out, don't want no rematch clause, even though it's Fury's side that wanted a rematch clause in the beginning. Like, do you get what I'm saying? It's a reoccurring thing. Then Fury was saying that, look, Usyk better fight me in December. If not, he's gonna get sued. Situation with obviously what happened with Ngannou and Fury in December means that it got pushed back to February. Then you hear the stuff about him getting done over in sparring. Fury's been trying to get into Usyk's head, like even in that press conference, like step towards him, put his head on his, go head to head, trying to show you I'm the bigger man. Like Fury's been doing so much to get into Usyk's head, and none of it has worked. None of it has worked. But this whole injury that Fury's had with the cut eyebrow, cut eye, I'm actually saying to myself, and looking at the interview with Usyk today, and he was with Boxing News, and I know that's Rob Tibbett. It's Rob Tibbett's channel, and then you could tell the frustration. Like you could clearly see the frustration on Usyk's face. Like, people say that he seems happy and all that. Mate, you could tell, bro. I've been trying, bro. I just want this undisputed belt, and it's like this guy's just not giving it to me. There's this injury, this happens, that happens, that happens. You get what I'm saying? And generally, how I'm looking at it now, because now we know that Fury's he's back here in the UK. I'm looking at it now. I'm like, is this the last roll of the dice for Fury to try and see if I could get into his head? Hear me out. And is it gonna work? Because Usyk could be training hard for Fury, but not knowing is this guy gonna pull out. Now I know this Turkey Al Sheikh has talked about the loser will have to own whoever pulls out the fight owns the opponent 10 million. But like I said, unless it's in escrow, yeah, who's got the 10 million? Like Fury, you could clearly see he's not a man of his word. Like I said, Hatman described it the best. Yeah, okay. If today's Tuesday and tomorrow's Wednesday, and Fury told you that tomorrow is Wednesday and today is Tuesday, you'll go into the Canada and double check, because you just can't. There's nothing about this guy you could trust. He's so unpredictable. He's not a man of his word. He says one thing, then he does the other. Do you get what I'm saying? So he does all these things. Now, yeah, me saying that, we're looking at with Fury is Usyk must be thinking, mate, I've been training for this guy since September. Yeah. We really know the hassles that we had prior to getting him in there. Like it must in the back of his head, like, okay, May's coming, but would the fight happen in May? If that makes sense. So yeah, like I said, I'm not saying it for certain, but I'm like, maybe this is the way Fury could feel like, all right, I can't outstare him, yeah, because he's meant you can clearly see that Usyk's mentally stronger than Fury, but I can't outstare like I was trying to outstare him, that didn't work. I tried to wind him up, didn't work. Tried to be cool, calm, and collected, that didn't work. He's basically tried to diss him about his earring, that didn't work. Trying to, even let's just say these sparring rumors are fixated and like, oh yeah, let's see how he's hearing about, yeah, I'm getting done over in sparring. Like whether it's true or whether it's not, you can clearly see that for the fact that information to be released, like if it was true that Fury's getting done over in sparring, it's not a good look. But if it's a thing where like Fury's saying, right, you know what, let's put this out there, let's just give Usyk a full sense of security, yeah, make him feel like we ain't getting, like it's not going well with sparring. And then it's kind of like, okay, yeah, but what you're hearing from his side is he's on point. He's doing whatever he's doing. He's whatever his opponent's over. Then on top of that as well, it's just like, well, you know what? Maybe pulling out a fight. Like I'm not saying that it was intentional and all that kind of stuff there, because we don't know. But let's just say for argument's sake, it was intentional. That Fury said, you know what? Because we can't put it past him. You know what? Let's pull out this fight. Yeah, remember you're peaking and it's kind of, mate. I've done what? How many weeks? Yeah, I missed my family, missed my daughter's birth and all this kind of stuff there. Like, mate, all of these stuff plays its part to now be thinking, oh, okay, we're fighting in May, so spend this amount of time with my family. But mate, I'm just saying, it's possible. This could be another ploy from Fury to try and see if I could get into his head, just so I could get something out of Usyk. So, yeah. I'm trying to think what else is there. Yeah, another thing about Gareth A. Davis once again, saying about Fury's got a six-pack, bro. That's not a six-pack. That's not a six-pack. If you look at that as a six-pack, then mate, like get off his ass, yeah. Stop being a bum chum and call it for what it is. Now, one thing I will say is people are talking about, oh yeah, the weight that Fury's lost and all this kind of stuff there. Look, he lost that weight. He fought. When did he fight in Ngannou? Was it? It was in the back end of October. So November, December, January. I'm gonna be honest with you. If he's lost that amount of weight, I'm telling you right now, fat cells, that takes a lot out of you. That the losing body fat takes out a lot. It takes a lot out of you more than losing muscle mass. So if he's looking at that, he might not be looking good in the gym, like good in the gym. And going by the video, he looked clumsy. So there's a lot of things where I'm like, mate, this could be another like ploy from Fury to try and get into his head. And once again, this is one thing a lot of people don't realize, yeah, about Fury. And I've said this about Fury so many times. When he went in there against Klitschko, and this is when I knew Fury will beat Klitschko, is when he went in there against Klitschko and it's a whole sauna situation. Klitschko is a petty man, yeah? Let me bring this light down, man. This light is hitting my eyes hard. All right, there we go. Yeah, Klitschko is a petty man, okay? He goes in against, he always wants to try and get the mental edge over his opponents. When you look at the whole sauna situation, everyone knows about Klitschko being a sauna king. He will outdo anyone in the sauna and all this kind of stuff there. Okay, cool. So you'll do all of that, but you go in there against Fury. Fury's aware of this, and Fury's already said, "Oh, no matter what, I'm gonna outdo you in the sauna. I'm gonna outdo you in the sauna." And already there's a competition, but there's nothing been said. Like nothing's been said, but we both know who's gonna last long in the sauna. Do you get what I'm saying? So clearly, you could clearly see that. And what I want to say is that Tyson Fury, from when he said that, yeah, this happened, and I always remember Klitschko like I remember it like it was yesterday. And Johnny Nelson says, "So who got out first?" And they both looked at each other, and then you always see is Klitschko, just a big gulp. Yep. And then Fury says he did. And then it's like, yeah, you're in this competition within yourself. Klitschko knows what he was doing, but the fact is, Fury, for me, on the mental side of things, it's like I'm already trying to outdo you mentally from back then. So if I've got into your head that and I got this victory out of you, from that moment there, I said Fury's gonna win. That moment there, the gloves are off. Like he's awkward and all this kind of stuff there, but as the gloves are off, it's just those little things I always look at, like the trying to get into your opponent's head. Then it's the same thing where he does it with Wilder, where Wilder he's an emotional character. Yeah. Now when I mean by emotional character, I mean like, okay, if I get him hyped up, if I get into his head and I get so angry that when he gets into the ring, he just wants to take my head off. That's what Fury does. He was doing that throughout the whole build up and all that, just trying to get into Wilder's head. So when he's going in there against Wilder, Wilder's going in there with the man on the machine, going forward, trying to throw the right hands, missing from miles off and all this kind of stuff there. It's playing into Fury's hands. Yeah. When he went there against Dylan White, once again, a whole different ball game. A whole different. He approached it on a different level. Yeah. Now, obviously, I always remember Tommy Fury saying about, "Oh yeah, well, Dylan White is supposed to come with his boys and we're gonna get it cracking." All right, mate. When Dylan White come up with a bag of bricky, man, I did not see Tommy Fury was nowhere to be seen then. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tommy Fury was nowhere to be seen. So humble yourself, innit? But yeah, when Dylan White rolled up, you could tell the energy. You could tell what kind of vibe and what energy he's on. Yeah, not even the Dylan White, the whole team and all this kind of stuff. That you could tell. Like that's why when you hear Fury, and I remember Fury saying this into the interviews, like just like trying to calm it down. It's like, yeah, press conferences don't have to get violent, or like this. It was the way Fury was talking, and the way he was trying to banter with Dill. Yeah, and I always said that even when it came to the weigh-in, he's just trying to do this whole, trying to banter him. It's like from that moment there, he gets into your head. He gets into your head. Now it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's playful. Now don't get twisted. Of course, Dylan is going to go in there with that aura. Don't want to take his head off. But I can tell you this right now. The Dylan that was going in there with the aura, when he goes in there against Chisora, the energy, he knows he's going to match that energy. When he goes in there against Anthony Joshua, is another thing, like Dylan, he's going to match that energy, and he's like, yep, this is what we're getting cracking. It's on. War time. With Tyson Fury, it was, like I said, Tyson Fury, he's a master at these mind games. He knows what buttons to push until he's met Usyk. And he's going to get someone that mentally is stronger than him. Yeah. And when I say mentally stronger than himself. And I knew that from the moment the Derek Chisora fight, when they both were face to face with each other, and you could see that Fury was trying to get into his head. Rare. You see, he was that close. Watch the video again. Then all you're gonna start seeing naturally, Fury backs off, and you could it's like from the moment there, like those little things there, and I'm like, Fury gonna fight him. And then Joe Joyce got involved and all this kind of stuff. That then they talk about, yeah, well, you know, if we can't get the Usyk fight, we'll fight Joe Joyce in the spring or whatever he said. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And every time where Fury knows, like I said, I'm not saying that Fury's scared of Usyk, but Fury needs Fury, just like Klitschko, is a petty man where he needs to get an advantage over his opponent mentally. He needs to get something over his opponent mentally. Fury's first time going in there against someone where it's kind of like nothing he says can throw Usyk off his game plan. Usyk's a man on a mission. However, being so awkward in negotiations, you know, the fight being pushed back from December to February. Now this situation, yeah, it's kind of like Usyk knows, Usyk and the team, like you could clearly see that they're like, me, this is not like how it was when we fought Joshua. This ain't how it was with all our fights. But with this guy, you just don't know. And that's what it is. Usyk, like, you clearly will hope that the fight will go ahead on the 18th of May, but with Fury, you just don't know. You could train hard again, get to that, get to your physical peak ready for fight night or fight week, and next thing you know, Fury's out because he had whatever. Like, it's this uncertainty. It's the uncertainty from Tyson Fury that definitely gets Usyk. You could tell, even like I said, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Like, Fury's not afraid of Usyk, but he's afraid of losing. And he knows that Usyk is mentally stronger than him. Usyk is a smaller heavyweight, better coordination. It's not just about being a southpaw, but he's fleet-footed. He's not going to be there to be sitting there to be hit. All of these things play into Fury's disadvantage. It's the same thing, like I said, when you're going in there against Steve Cunningham. We all saw what happened with Otto Wallin. When Otto Wallin, how he dealt with Fury at the beginning stages, knowing that you can't box him, like when Fury could not box him. So there's so much things that the fact Fury is looking at it thinking, mate, I can't, like, I need to have something. And maybe this is the thing. Maybe this is it. Let Usyk, you know, Usyk. I don't know if Fury's gonna go proceed with the fight or not. Igor Klimas, Alex Kressok, Usyk, like the whole camp is like, yes, the 10 million, but we are not like, has anything been signed for the 10 million? Do you get what I'm saying? They know more of the stuff behind the scenes. If it's been signed and both the money's 10 mils in escrow, then we'll be like, okay, cool, you know, this happened. But that's just my thoughts. You lot let me know your thoughts. It's Elijah Friend. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. And like, yeah, do you think this is the last mind game tactic that Fury could have been playing? And if so, do you think it worked or you think it didn't? You let me know. All right, it's Elijah Friend. I'm out.